What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'll show you how I built this little garden here for my house. I had this real old crappy garden here. I'll show you here in a second. Do a before picture. But I've been wanting something here for a while. I'm going to build a bigger garden eventually, but needed something to get me by, and the animals around here are a big problem, especially the deer. So I'm going to be showing you how I built this deer-proof garden. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so just starting out here, I wanted to just rip everything out and just kind of start over. So I got my wheelbarrow out and just started ripping all these weeds out, started ripping out the brick edge, and I had some 4-inch block around the edge there that were buried below dirt. Then I got my old hole digger out here. So this thing is just a old tool I have laying around, but I had a pretty good layout for where I thought that I wanted the garden to be. So I'm pretty much going to use the same size garden that was there, just make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put 2 holes, 2 posts right along the edge there against the house where I'm at right now. 2 on the outer edge, and then I'm going to put 2 along the front middle there so I can make a little doorway. Since this garden isn't going to be like a permanent garden, I just need this thing to last me a couple years. I'm only putting these posts down into the ground about 1 foot just to make them super solid and sturdy and everything, but it's not like I'm going down below the frost line or anything, so nothing crazy. But I'm just using some of this Sakrete fast setting concrete. So I've used this stuff before. I just pour it in dry, and then I'll just get the top wet just to get it kind of set, start setting for now. And then it'll pull the rest of the moisture from the ground as it needed. But to get it right where you want it, I just wet it a little bit as soon as I get it plumb and everything, and then it kind of sets in place, and then you're good to go. Even just pouring it in the holes dry, it pretty much holds the posts when they're shorter like this, pretty much where you need them. You could see there I had a straight edge out. I was just making sure that those 2 front ones were all in line and everything, and then it got me a good line on where I want the 2 other posts for the doors. Trying to make everything level as I go and keep everything in line and everything. Now I am using treated wood for this, so I know I'm going to get some comments about this, but this newer treated wood is safe to use for gardens. So it was the old style pre-2004, I believe, that the treated wood wasn't safe, it was toxic. But nowadays the treated wood is treated with some type of copper something, I forget exactly, but it is safe to use for gardens. So if you were still worried about that, you could just line the inside with some type of plastic or something, but I'm not even really worried about it. A real common alternative is people use cedar for gardens. I'm just using this, like I said, one, it's just a cheap garden. It's going to last me a couple years. And 2, I want it to hold together nice for these couple years, just so treated wood tends to hold up a little bit better, especially when it's in contact with the ground and everything like that. But I do want to have a bigger garden. It's going to be up there to the right where you can see now, up behind where the rhododendron, the blooming rhododendron is. So it's going to be up there somewhere, but I still need to have a lot of work to do to get the garage done and do a lot of landscaping up there to get it more level and the way I want it. So before I get all that done, I just need a nice little garden here to grow a few things and just get me by for the meantime. Right here I start building the door, so I'm getting all the measurements and everything, and I cut a couple 45s just to give it a little bit of extra strength. This door isn't supposed to hold a bunch of weight or anything, so it doesn't have to be super strong. And during this whole process, I'm trying to keep in mind that I want to let in as much light as possible. So I'm trying to keep the wood down, keep how much wood that I use to a minimum. I think I spent right around $200 for everything that I needed for this garden. So I needed to pick up a few other little things like some screws and a few other little things like staples and concrete, and pretty much the wood was the bulk of the price. I bought those 4x4x10s, and I should have just bought 4x4x8s because the 10s were a lot more expensive. But you can see me here, I'm working on the door. I just screwed a couple 2x4s to the top there to just shim it into place for temporarily, just to hold it there as I just screw it in, and makes holding the door and screwing everything in by yourself all easier. But yeah, I think the 4x4x10, I think they're like $17 a piece, and then the 4x4x8, they were like $9 a piece or something, so almost half as much. So if I were to do it again, I probably would have just bought the 4x4x8s, and then it would have just been a little bit shorter. These first posts that I'm building right here, so I'm only like halfway done here. I'm putting the mesh on right now, but I'm still gonna build a upper part to really keep the deer out, and I wanted to build it that way just so I could have it in kind of like two pieces, just so I could ever take that top part away if I wanted. But right here, just getting this bottom part all set up and everything, and kind of getting it ready. Now if you wanted to, you could have just got some of the 4x4x10s and then just used them as one piece instead of building it as two, top and bottom like I'm doing. But this is just kind of the way I wanted to do it, and then by the time I have it all together and it's finished now, it's super solid and doesn't move at all, so it wasn't a concern to me either way. But doing it the way I'm doing it here, and just having the posts in the ground only sticking up like 4 feet, 3 or 4 feet, depending on how far you put them in, it's a lot easier to get them nice and plumb and solid that way. So that's just kind of the way I did it. And you guys got to keep in mind that I'm a mason by trade, I'm not a carpenter, so all you carpenters out there, just go easy on me. I don't show it right here, but I actually end up putting some little corner wedges on both these arms, on the right and the left, like right where I was just working right there, and it added a lot of support to these upper section there. So the same kind of 45 I added to the door, I added to those very top parts in both the top corners. Alright guys, this is what we got. Just filled her up with some dirt, so she's almost level now, but ran out of staples, so I gotta staple this all the way around, you know, in here and everything. But this top part's just to keep the deer out, pretty much. This bottom part's all stapled, so it's usable now. You can start planting in it. I got some time before everything grows up and I have to worry about the deer actually getting in here. This is what I wanted. It's exactly what I envisioned when I wanted to make a garden. Now this door works really nice now. Kind of get in, just duck in here and do what you need to do to the, you know, the whole garden and everything. But nice, really nice access. A lot better than it was before. Before it was just like, you know, wired together, and you would have to, you know, unscrew everything and then like roll the front of it open. It wasn't the most ideal setup before, but just really nice. Another nice addition to the house here. I don't have to worry about any animals getting in. I still have some finishing touches to do. I'm gonna put some more of this stuff, you know, down here, dig down maybe like six inches to a foot and bury it so nothing can like dig under. And then I might just like put a nice little bead of caulking right along this edge here, just to really seal everything in. Pretty sweet little garden there. What's most important is nothing can get eaten now. I think it's pretty cool because I've never built anything like this before, and it actually turned out like pretty, you know, plumb and level and everything. This top part isn't absolutely perfect, but all these bottom posts are basically all level and plumb, and they're plumb both ways. So it actually is really nice and it looks pretty good. I got a little bit off here on the door, so to make the door not hit the bottom, something's out of square a little bit, but I'm really happy with how the door just latches really easily. So this is lined up pretty much perfect. So as soon as you close it, it just goes right in. Ready to grow a bunch of vegetables. So yeah guys, like I think I was saying during the time lapse, I'm going to have a bigger garden here back there above the garage at some point. But I just needed something finished for now to get me by for a couple years till I can do all the landscaping up there and get that figured out. Yeah, I still want to put some more of this, you know, this, whatever this is, plastic chicken wire wrap. I'm gonna put some on the top, so from that board over to there, and then just like zip tie it all together on that top edge, and then theoretically nothing should be able to get in. So we'll see. You know, if a chipmunk or a squirrel really wanted to, they could just easily chew through this stuff. So we'll see if I have any problems or not. sometimes if you just make it hard enough for them to get in, they'll stay away. So we'll see. Might add real metal wire here eventually. We'll see how good this ends up working. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just another one of these little projects. I'm going to be getting back to the garage here pretty much any day now. It's just been raining like every single day, so it's really hard to lay block when it's raining and all nasty out and all your tools get soaked and everything. So should be back on that very, very soon. But yeah, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the future videos, and drop a big thumbs up down below. Really appreciate it. Helps out the video, helps it reach a wider audience. And yeah, guys, hope you have a great day. Peace.